Hi, this is Harish here. Welcome to DB2 LUW Tips and Tricks video tutorial part 130. In this tutorial, I'm going to give a very simple tip. The tip is that the load utility is not loading data into existing table pages. The scripts that I'm using, the data files that I'm using are available for free download at db2luwacademy.blogspot.in. You can reach me at db2academy@gmail.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/db2luwacademy. This slide talks about the problem scenario and the solution. The problem scenario is I want to demonstrate that the load utility is not loading data into existing table pages. Import will do that. Ingest will do that. Ingest utility is a recent utility, and that the latest utility. It's available, I think, in later versions of DB2, not in 8 or 9. Maybe 10.1 or 10.5 you should have it. From there on you will have ingest utility. So the ingest is doing it, the import utility is doing it, but not load. Load will not do that. So what do I mean by that is, like, for example, suppose if I have a table space and you create a table in that, and then you delete a lot of records, right? So what happens is there will be a lot of these pseudo deleted pages. There could be complete extents of it, okay? But when you use this import or ingest, they will scan the table pages, and if there are table pages which are like empty with empty pockets in between within that table space, it will try to use it. Whereas load utility does not do that way. It always needs like fresh pages or something. So it tries to allocate the pages, and it operates only on the free pages of the table space. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So it's a very simple thing, but surprisingly it's not mentioned in the information center. Now the information center is a big book, okay? So I searched a lot, but there are a lot of pages that describe about how the load utility, import utility, ingest utility, and any other utilities, what are all the data loading utilities, and what are the differences between them. Even it's missed, it's missing even in those pages. So I just thought, let me just do a blog about it. So the solution is obviously to allocate new pages, or like, for example, like if it's a DMS space not managed by any automatic storage, obviously you want to extend the table space containers like that. So you want to allocate new pages, or make sure that there is space available in the table space before you load. Like if it is an automatic storage, just add a couple of storage paths to make space for that, or even if existing mount points or file systems, make sure that they have that much level of file system space available for the automatic container expansion in an automatic managed DMS. So or otherwise what you can do is, if your table is like there is a lot of, that there is a lot of delete activity has been done on that table, and there are like a lot of pages that are pseudo deleted pages, so then just fire up a reorganize table command to free up those pages. So hopefully that should create some more free pages for you in the table space, and if you are loading data, it might be able to fit in within that freed pages. So any case, let's quickly jump into an example, and like that's the usual pattern. So we'll just do that, and this time I'm using the Windows system itself. Like I'm not using a Linux OS for demonstration, and it's even in Linux, Windows, I mean, it doesn't matter. So it's db2luw. So I started the instance, connected to the database. I'm trying to drop the object like the staff table and the table space, and it's not there currently. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go run you through this. So connect to the trunk database, update log second 243, so that I'm just making sure I have like a lot of log space available for me. It's optional, like you don't need this much, okay? And that's already done. So I'm going to create the table space, and you can see that the automatic storage and max size I'm giving as 400 M. So it cannot go beyond 400 megabytes. It can grow, but it cannot grow beyond 400 megabytes. And then I'm creating a table staff in that particular MySpace, and I'm also saying like append off, just don't do things at the end of the table. That's that thing, okay? And I'll show you the list table spaces, show detail. Let's just run this thing in one shot like that, okay? All successful. Create table, alter table, okay, list table spaces, show detail. So you can see that MySpace is an DMS table space, automatic DMS, and high watermark is in 160, and it has only like 8,000 pages. It can always expand, okay, up to 400 MB. So that's out there. Okay, next I'm going to load the data. Okay, and I'm also using page free space equal to 0, because when you write into the individual pages, it will try to maintain some 10 or 20% free space at a page level. But then if I say page space equal to page free space equal to 0, it's not going to do that. So it's going to jam pack all the records, okay, inside the table pages. So let's just do that. And I think okay, so this is going to yeah, so I'm just going to run that. Okay, so this is going to be a pass actually, because there is enough free pages available for us to load the 400 megabyte data. The file I'm using is like this data.del. It's like 333 MB roughly, you can see that. So and yeah, so let's fire it up, and it should load. It should not be an issue, because this is the first time I'm just loading it. So all the pages are in any case empty, and like there are so many free pages available at the table space level. Okay, you can see that the key is free pages is 8,000, and it can also grow up to, so 400 MB means, I don't know, whatever 400 MB, that total number of pages can grow up to 400 MB, and I'm loading a data of 300 MB. This data file is of 333 MB, and this load will be successful. So what I'm saying is, after this, what I'm going to do, let this load go. See, look at this, what I'm doing. I'm just deleting the records, and this is like 10,000, 20,000, 32,000. I mean, this will almost delete all the records in the table, because I know that I have prepared this data in such a way that you won't find more records. I think you will find records in the range of 10,000, 20,000 and 30,000, not less than 32,000. Means everything will get deleted. So that table will actually be an empty table if you really do this delete and commit. So this is where I told this, like for this delete, I need a lot of transactional log space, which is coming from this log second 243. So that's why I have updated that. But you can do that, like it's up to you. You can adjust the number. I'm just giving you the maximum number. Okay, I think 13 log files is gone for the log primary. So 255 or 256 is a max out number. Okay, let's see what happens. Yep, so the load, okay, what happened? Did the load get completed successfully? Okay, let's go check that. Yes, the load got completed. The load was successful, no errors returned. And when you look at the table space details, you can see 98,000, so 97,664 used, and still there are about 600 free pages. High watermark is 97664. Okay, so 97,000 pages roughly. So it's there, and you can see that it reflects the same thing in the N pages and F pages after doing the run stats. Okay, so that many pages are allocated. Now this is the critical thing. So I'm going to just delete all these records. Okay, watch what happens now. Copy that and paste that. Okay, and after, it's going to take a while. So after this, I'll probably run db2 select staff id from staff with UR. This is just to show you that it's going to be an empty table. Okay, there will be obviously no records in it, but the table pages will still be reserved for the particular table. So unless you do a reorg or something, so that's what I'm doing here. Okay, let me just show you that first. Okay, it's going to take a while, because delete is obviously going to be significantly slower than your load, or you know, when you use utilities, obviously it's going to be faster, and when you're using these kind of queries like that, it's going to be obviously slower. And in any case, my machine is also not, it's a personal laptop, it's not a server, or it's not a powerful machine. It's a very, very basic quad core machine that I'm using, so it is obviously going to be a little bit slower. Okay, so okay, done. Okay, so all the things are delete queries have been run successfully. So you can do the select run stats, and I'll show you all the same details again. Okay, copy that, go back here, paste that. See, staff ID 0 records because we have completely deleted all the records by using these delete statements, and you can see that n pages has become 0. So for that table there are no pages like that, no data is there within any page. But for that table there are still pages which are getting blocked for that purpose. Nobody else can use it actually. So if you look at the list table spaces show detail, you'll find that the high watermark is still at the same point and the free pages is still 608. Like even after deleting all the data, it's not going to allow somebody else to use that space. Okay, so that's how it works actually. Then after, what I'm doing now here is I have called this sysproc sysinstall objects and try to create the required tables in the background for the ingest utility to work. I have already run this, so I can run the ingest utility and you can see that I am like loading or I am ingesting data from the same data file, but I'm just using ingest utility. So when I use ingest utility, it will work. Okay, I'm telling you it will work. But in any case, let's just do that. Okay, right click, copy, paste it, hit enter. So it will use those free, or what do you call, like the pseudo deleted pages which are still not free for other objects, but I'm only loading the same table and the same records, right? I have deleted it and I'm just using the same data to populate it again. Instead of load utility, I'm just running an ingest utility. So, and the ingest utility will make use of that. Okay, see, when I run this ingest utility, it is having only like 608 free pages. See, this is the key here. But what it will do is it will scan all the other pages of that table. There will be a lot of these deleted pages, right? It's actually empty. The table is empty, but all the pages are just there, blocked for the usage of that table in future. So it's not like relinquishing that, or it's not like leaving that free. So the ingest utility will be successful. It's again, ingest is, I don't know, ingest is still a little bit slower only. It's a lot slower only. Load is like super fast, man. Like, I don't know, that's my personal experience. And I never, even though they say ingest utility, maybe it's doing a good thing at the concurrency. It's just trying to strike a balance between concurrency and the performance or the speed of the load activity. But load is really fast. Load is like, you can't compete with load, man. That's really fast. Okay, so the ingest utility, see, that's what I told. So if you look at the list table space show detail, you'll find that still it is the same, right? See, 608 free pages and the same high watermark, but it was able to successfully load it because it is reusing all those pages, even though they are like pseudo deleted or empty like that. Okay, so that's the working scenario. Now let's go drop the table space, create the table space again. It's all the same thing again I'm doing, but this time I'm going to use the load utility. Okay. Oh, okay. Now this one should work actually, right? No. Yeah, I'm like dropping, I'm just freshly creating, and this load will be obviously successful. Okay, so let's just run that. So this load is going to be successful. So what I need to do is, after that load, I will be again deleting all these things, and I will be showing you that again. Copy. Okay, let's just do everything. Okay, so this load will be successful. Okay, it's going to take a while. I don't know, I wanted it to be a short video, but the speed is killing me. Okay. Sorry about that, like, it's an awkward silence. Okay, done. So after loading the records, no errors and everything. So I'm just again doing the delete. So I'll make it empty again. It's actually technically, I don't know whether to call it as empty or not, but we can say functionally empty, right? I mean, so the pages are still blocked, but the thing is you are loading the same data into the same table pages again, right? So which the load utility will not reuse, because load utility directly writes into pages. And see, basically what happens is there is some free space map, there are some extent maps that are getting maintained in the table space. Even you know, like for I think for every 500 pages or something, there will be a space map page which tells you, okay, these are all the pages that are free, these are the pages like that, you know. So the load utility will not care about all those things, whereas the ingest or input utility, it looks at those metadata, and it is trying to get all your like wherever these pockets are there, I can go and fill in. I don't think load is doing that, okay. And the only thing is, see, it's just a trivial information, but information center, I did, it's a big book, I did a lot of searching, but I couldn't find it anywhere that explicitly tells, you know, hey, this is how you need to plan, man, like, you know, for this activity. So okay, so the load got completed. You can see the high watermark page and the free pages are like really less even after. Did we delete the records? Yeah, so we have deleted all the records, and you can see that we have deleted all the records. Now everything is empty or logically empty, okay. So what we'll do is so what we'll do is we'll just do load again, right, because this is like an empty thing, right. So if I run the load again, I'm expecting it to work, but it won't work because the load utility, it's going to say unable to allocate new pages in the table space, like that. So that is what it is going to say. And also you should look for this high watermark page. I mean, you should look for the load consistency something, you know, consistency points, you know. It's not even, I don't think it's even starting the load. So I'll tell you what I mean. See, everything is 0, and oh no, this is some different error. Beginning to load. See, okay, I think I made some mistake here. What is the mistake? See, users, Harish, documents, video tutorial, LEW Academy, TNT part 130. Oh, what a big mistake. I didn't give the data del file at all. Okay, stupid, so stupid of me. I'm just wasting your time, guys. Okay, so copy that again. We'll try to load this. So the expectation is it should load, but it will not load. Unable to allocate new pages in the table space, and input record count is 0. Not even one single consistency point it established, because it's trying to allocate some space. It's not trying to reuse all those empty pages. Okay, that's what it is trying to do. So obviously I need to terminate the load, because it's like a kind of interrupter, right? So I just need to terminate the load. And then what I'll do is I'll look at the list table space show detail. So you'll see that, see, now it's 4007 some pages are there, but still it is not enough actually, okay. So what I'll do is I'll reorg the table staff list table space as show detail. So once I do that, definitely I should find more free pages, and then the load should be able to complete. You can see that now the free pages, look at that. Wow, look at the number of free pages I have now since after the reorg. But my high watermark is still at the same place because I didn't do anything related to that. But then at least I have that much of free pages, right? So hopefully now it should complete. So now we'll do the load again. Okay. So the difference is, like, after deletion of the records, I have reorganized the table. That's it. Once I do that, I should be able to load it, because you can see just the sheer increase in number of free pages, and that should do it. Okay. Before reorganization, we didn't see that, because if you delete using the delete query, and even though the entire table is deleted, it still doesn't count as free pages. It's still like occupied page from a table perspective. So unless you do a reorg or something, it's not getting freed up. So, and the load utility is not using those pages. It's always like looking for new pages. You can see that the load got completed now. The only difference was the reorg. Okay, so that's the thing. The main thing is it is a very simple thing. It's a trivial thing, but it's not there in information center. That is why I'm just blogging it. Okay, for beginners, definitely this will be a helpful or useful information. Okay, so that's it in this video tutorial. See you in the next video tutorial. Until then, bye bye.